Hello, thank you for watching Jakarta Globe News Channel. I'm Florence Armein. This is The Perspective. The nation seems to be awakened by gripping sex crimes and violence against women that happened recently. That the president has called it an extraordinary crime that calls for extraordinary measures and expects our extraordinary behavior. And at the studio today, we'll talk more about what is happening at the moment and how the victims of sex crimes and violence are being treated and supported. We have the co-founder and executive director of Lentera Sintas Indonesia, Wulan Danoekoesoemo. Thank you so much for making it here. I know you've been very, very busy, especially the last few weeks. Now, some media even call it an emergency on sex crimes and violence against women. But come to think, this is because some of the cases in the past few weeks have been disclosed, people have been reporting, but we have been dealing with sex crimes and violence against women for a long time. Now, what are your views on what is happening recently, Wulan?
I think in certain ways it's good that a lot of cases are emerging now, so that people and the government can actually shift their attentions to the emerging of these cases and begin to see the urgencies. Because like you said just now, the case has happened for the longest time, but there has never been a significant push to pay more attention, significant attentions, especially on how to deal with these cases. So this is also what we've been busy with the last few weeks. First of all, because we've been launching the campaign of Mulai Bicara, or talk about it, because we feel that it's time. This is the right momentum for everybody to really start talking about it, to start owning the issues, share the load with everybody, because the concerns about this, the responsibility to respond to these cases is no longer partial. We cannot just wait for certain parties or institutions to react upon it, but we also need to do something about it.
To take charge. We want a concerted effort also, especially from the community, especially from the society.
Right, because we believe in collective efforts. It's going to be difficult if we just point fingers but not actually doing things. So Mulai Bicara wants it to be an umbrella for any activities that can be picked up by anyone, no matter what are their backgrounds, professionalism, or disciplines. We want everybody to be able to talk about it. We want these issues to be no longer a taboo or a sensitive issues, because it's not. The alarm has been ringing loudly everywhere.
Kofifa was saying, Minister Kofifa was saying the other day, the alarm is there, like you said, but it's not loud enough. And I think the society plays, the community plays a bigger role than just the government or activists or organizations such as yourself to ring this this alarm. By not doing anything, you're condoning the crime.
Yes.
Now, you set up in 2011, if I'm not mistaken. This is out of pure intention of trying to make people understand that it's not okay to make fun of rape, the victims, or anything that surrounds it. Right? How did the process go about when you established Lentera?
When we first established Lentera, it was basically like you mentioned. It was on a trip home one night, and I was scrolling my Twitter timeline. Then I saw a lot of people tweeting about making jokes about irrelevant to certain rape cases. About there was a girl who was raped and then murdered in the public transportations, and that one time my initial response was, of course, angry. Because how could people make jokes about such tragedy? But then
it could have happened to anyone they know.
Exactly. But then I came around and I thought, okay, I could be angry and not doing anything, and 2 days from now nobody remembers anything, or I could channel this anger constructively, because I see that is the display, the projections of people's awareness of sexual violence issues, and that's a lot of room to explore and to educate. So that night I was tweeting, sort of facts about what happened to rape victims, like do you know that rape victims carry their scars for life?
Yeah.
Do you know it's a very traumatic event? Do you know it's so difficult to survive the horrific nightmares even years after? And that got a lot of retweeted, and then I talked to some friends as well, and the next day we decided, like, we need to do something about it.
All right. We'll talk more about Lentera when we come back after this short break.